Hi, welcome to part 2 in the series on how to build your own website. In part 1, we looked at how to create a new domain name and web hosting service. We did that with HostGator. Now, we've logged into our control panel in HostGator. If you need information about how to get this far, you can see the previous video. And what we're going to do next is we're going to install WordPress. At present, the control panel shows this WordPress installer right at the top. But if you don't see it here, what you can do is you can scroll down or go over to this software here. And inside of software, you'll see quick install. And within quick install, you're going to see a WordPress installer. We're just going to use this one from the top. So select WordPress installer. And it's going to bring you to this page where you're going to select a domain. If you only have one domain, that's going to be easy. I'm going to choose accidental internet. And you can give it a directory location. You probably don't want to. You're just going to leave that blank. Note down here that it says let a pro do this for you. You can spend anywhere from $100 to $400 having them do what we're about to do right now. Yes, they'll do some additional things for you. You can always hire a developer later on for further management of your site, but we're going to install it all by ourselves. So you've selected your domain. You're going to select next. You're going to give the blog a title. I'm going to give it the same as my domain name, accidental internet, an admin user, a first name, that's going to be your real name and your real last name, and then a real email address. That's important because if you ever lose the information for logging in, you can get it back, assuming you have a real email address here. So automatically create a new database. That's going to be automatically selected, and you want to leave that alone, and you want to agree to the terms of service, and then install now. That will begin installing, and it just takes a moment as the wheel spins around. And this is actually taking a little longer than it normally does. Now it's taking a lot longer than it normally does, but there you go. So a few seconds, and here are the installation details. This is what you need to know right here. I'm going to grab this password. That will be sent to you by email as well. So I'm going to capture that. I am going to go to the location, right click, open in a new tab. Here we are, and you can see that the website is coming soon. This is now what your website looks like. We're going to choose the admin login. And when we do that, you'll see this location up here. That's what you're going to use in the future to log into this site. So we're going to put in the username that we just created, the password that we created for it. You can choose remember me or not, whichever you prefer. And we're going to log in. So we've logged into the site, and we're going to do a couple of little cleanups here. The first thing we're going to do is up at the top, you see this number 6. You may have a different number, but that's for updates. So yeah, let's go ahead and save that password over here. Let's go ahead and do the updates. So click on that. It, of course, may be a different number for you, depending on how many updates are required. So first thing, we want to update WordPress itself. So update now. All of this is automated and doesn't take more than a few seconds. There we go. Watch the video if you're interested. They use names of jazz musicians for the release names. Okay, we're going to go back up here to this updates. And now we've got some plugins. So we're going to select all the plugins and update those. Again, this will be a completely automated process as it updates each of the plugins, and then return to WordPress, or you can again select your updates tab up here. And then finally, we're going to update themes. Select all and update those. Good. WordPress is now updated for us. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to build our first post. How do we do that? Come over here on the left to posts, and let's select that. That'll bring us to all posts. And you can see there's a default post already created for you. We're not going to use that. We're going to come up here to add new. And we're going to give our post a title. Title is going to be Throw Me a Bone. And that's because we're going to put a song in here, and that's the name of the song. So we can type whatever text we want in here. Called Throw Me a Bone. We're going to, we can format this stuff. Let's see, we'll put that in italics, and we'll put this bold. So you've got formatting information here. How do you want things centered? And so on. So you can learn your way through those. For now, we're going to leave it as is. And then I'm going to put a space up here. And I'm going to come up here to add media. We're going to add a photograph here. So we don't have anything yet in our media library. I'm going to go to upload files. And you can either select here and browse your way to the files, or if you have access to them immediately, you can simply drag and drop. So we're going to grab this guy and drop it here. It will upload the file, and then it will gather information about it. So the title is Sky, how big is it, and so on. Good, it's all set, it's selected. So I'm going to insert into post. And there you have it. We've got an image here. We've got a song name. And I'm going to add one more bit of media. I'm going to go back to add media and upload files. And this time we'll use the select files route, going into the same location. And I've got this MP3 right here. Open. So again, this is going to upload the file for us. And once it's done, we're going to insert it into the post. There you go. It tells us all the information that it was able to gather and insert into post. And there you go. We now have a graphic, some text, and some audio. Obviously, you don't need to add all three of these elements to any given post that you do. You can put purely text. You can just upload a picture. You can do whatever you want. We can add more text. So you're going to format this however you want to. The next thing you're going to want to do, we're going to look over here. There's a button that says preview over here on the right. And that's going to open up a separate tab for you that will allow you to see what does this post look like right now. So in case you're not satisfied with it, okay, well, throw me a bone. That looks good. You know what? I think I want to make that picture bigger. So I'm going to go back over here. We're going to select the picture and grab the corner, and we'll make it the same width as that audio thing. How's that? And then we'll go back over. We can just refresh this. Let's see, did that. Let's go close it and hit preview again. That refresh thing doesn't look like it worked. There we go. Now we've got a larger picture in here. Song is called Throw Me a Bone. We have the actual audio, and you can play it directly out of here. So now that we've confirmed that we like the layout, that we know that we have the content we want on here, we're going to do a couple more things and we'll be finished up. First of all, we're going to publish. So on the right-hand side, you may want to check, these are probably going to be exactly the way that you want them. You probably want to make it a publicly visible thing when you're done. Publish immediately, though you can change to make it publish at a point in the past or the future. Often I'll schedule things ahead of time, so I'll hit this edit and move this to some other date in the future. And then it will automatically post at that time. Or if you just want it, if it's aligned with some date in the past, you can do that as well. But I'm going to leave it for immediately now, and we're just going to hit publish. Once it finishes with that publish process, you'll notice that now the status has gone to published. And you'll also see up at the top, it says your site is currently displaying a coming soon page, because it's going to show that until you are ready to actually display your site. Well, we're ready to do that now. So I'm going to go ahead and click there. and the site is now published. I'll never need to do that again. That's the one and only time you need to do that. And finally, I'm going to go back over to the all posts here, because I don't want this hello world to exist. So I'm going to just hit trash on that. And that's it. We now have our website. So if we go up here to the top where it says accidental internet, in your case, it'll be whatever your site name is. And I'm going to right click that, open in a new tab. We could open it directly in this tab if we wanted to, but you will see your new blog is now up and running. So that's that. There's a lot more to learn, but this should get you started. You can, at this point, you can actually be publishing your own blog or your own podcast. If this has been helpful to you, I hope that you will follow through and set up an account of your own. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I will do my best to get back to you as quickly as I can. So I hope this was really helpful. I hope you have a great day. Cheers.